A woman found a strange stone on the mountain. When she placed the stone in her hand, the stone actually started transforming like it came alive. What's even weirder is this stone's temperature was exactly 37 degrees, the exact same as human body temperature. She immediately realized this stone must be worth big money, quickly took photos and sent them to experts for authentication. Right then her father suddenly called and told her some terrible news. Her sister was diagnosed with early-stage cancer. The family had no money for treatment and was ready to give up. Lisa immediately told her father to wait for her. She packed up right away to go back home and save her sister, because she was certain that once she sold this stone, it would be enough to cover her sister's medical expenses. But halfway through her journey she faced a life-or-death crisis. When the plane flew near the snowy mountains, a huge flock of birds suddenly appeared ahead. The pilot desperately tried to dodge them, but didn't expect these birds to actively attack the plane. The plane instantly malfunctioned, completely lost control and crashed straight into the mountain. The pilot gripped the controls with all his might, trying to minimize the impact. The next second, the plane had an intimate encounter with the mountain. When Lisa woke up she only had minor injuries, but the captain's stomach was slashed open with a huge gash. Lisa ran out of the plane screaming for help, but this was the middle of nowhere with no one to hear. She had to go back into the plane and use the radio for rescue, but the radio didn't respond either. She took out her compass and map to check, found the nearest road was 50 kilometers away. It was the dead of winter now. Carrying the injured captain 50 kilometers would be suicide. She had to burn boxes from the plane to make a fire, hoping to get someone's attention, but this was a no man's land where nobody would see. The next morning, tragic news came. The severely injured captain stopped breathing, but before Lisa could recover from her grief, howling sounds started echoing around them. Lisa knew she couldn't stay here any longer. She began collecting supplies from the plane, finally found a handgun on the captain. With a weapon she wasn't as scared anymore. Just walk south 50 kilometers and she'd reach the road and be rescued. She hadn't walked far, when she suddenly heard the radio crackling from inside the plane, rushed back to check. Turned out it was the captain's portable radio making noise. She grabbed the radio and desperately called for help. Surprisingly, someone actually responded, but it wasn't a rescue team. It was another pilot named John who crashed 20 kilometers away. John said his plane went down by a lake. His leg was trapped under the seat and he couldn't move. He hoped Lisa could come save him. Since there was literally no one else around, Lisa decided to head north to find John, and if she could fix his radio she could call for rescue. But Lisa overlooked one thing. In the same no man's land, two planes crashing at the same time. Isn't that way too much of a coincidence?